I remember once we were sitting in the actual hospital, like probably like 2 months in. And I was there a lot by myself because amidst all this, my husband got a new job. So he didn't have like a ton of time. He had to be working. So I have a flexible job. So I was there with her a lot by myself. And so, I'd be sitting there holding this baby attached to all these things. And, people were like nice enough to come like talk to me and things. So one of the doctors came in, and I just remember I was like, are you depressed working here? Because like I go downstairs just to get coffee or something. And there's like kids in those like basically like those braces that are like this, like these head neck braces that they like are enormous, or like kids who clearly have some like genetic issues, or a kid, it's like that's the place people go where if things are unusual, right? So it's like not just normal kid sick stuff, it's like all sorts of stuff, kids who have cancer. It's like really, really sad. And she was like, no, I don't feel that way because I feel like, well, A, like, she's helping people, but B, she's like, I feel like I have like the secret to life that like most people never have, which is like, I know it's important and I know it's not important. And she's like, so my kids like don't really have a bedtime, and like they sleep in our bed, and we let them do this and we let them do that. But like at the end of the day, if this was like my last day on earth, like those are the things I would care about. Like I don't care that like people think it's weird or that like not supposed to, or like, because that's just like what works for us is, and like I just don't like the things that matter are that they're healthy and that we're all happy and that whatever. And she's like, so I think over time like you're going to start to feel that way where like you just don't care about these other things anymore. And I was like, that's absurd. Like that is the most absurdest statement I've ever heard. And I so respect this particular doctor, and I like I intellectually I get what you're saying, but I was like, there's no way I will ever come to a place where like I appreciate this experience in that way. Like I'm so mad about it. And I just like, I can't imagine that to be true. And like over time, like I start to see like snippets of that, where like I don't care. Like our house is like a mess. Like things that used to like make me really crazy. Like, do I love that there's crap everywhere? Like not really, but it's like we can't like, it's just like me and my husband at home with her all the time. And so, we're not having anybody help us with anything. She's not at school. Like, so it's just going to be a mess. And like, even if that weren't true, like sometimes it's just a mess. Kids are messy, or like, she threw up on the dog. Like, I don't know, like, it's like, that would make me like frazzled previously. And now I'm like, well, everyone's just going to have to get hosed down outside. I don't know. Which in some ways is very freeing, because I don't care about a lot of things that are pretty small in comparison. But at the same time, if everybody else cares about the small things, then like you're kind of alone in not caring about them, which makes like the whole thing a little bit isolating sometimes. So, I have friends who care about certain things that I never really like felt passionate about, but now I think are kind of like ridiculous. But it's like that's their reality and their comparison point. I'm not like mad about it, but like I just can't relate at all. And I think people, because they don't know our experience, and it's like pretty hard to describe, like they don't relate to like our big stuff either. I mean, they're very supportive and nice, that's not what I mean, but so it's like on the one hand you have this freedom to like not get upset about things a lot of the time, but then like you're the only one who doesn't care about them anymore. So it's kind of weird. But it is freeing, and that is true. So I hope that like over time things like get better in terms of our ability to manage all of the things. I suspect it will, but we'll see.